There's no doubt about it, you need customers in order to make sales. Here's some quick advice on prospecting new customers.
So the question is, what is customer prospecting? Now the interesting dilemma is that it depends on what size company you are. If you're a small company, that's a sales problem. And if you're a large organization, it tends to be marketing's problem. Now in the smaller organization, they tend to smush together sales and marketing into one basket. And the truth of the matter is, for a lot of organizations, sales, if we look at their day-to-day activity, is primarily marketing, insofar as they're looking for somebody who's in a position to buy. So the lion's share of their time is spent finding somebody, and then a little bit of their time is spent, once I've got somebody who's interested, how do I take them from interested to purchased? If I look at a larger organization, they have a whole marketing department that builds brand awareness and drives salespeople to their door. And so consequently, prospecting in a larger organization tends to be more marketing oriented. Now that sounds very confusing, but let's drill down on what the simplest thing would be for prospecting. So if I was going to talk to somebody who is about to embark on a prospecting activity, my biggest piece of advice would be to determine who buys my product. If we look at it from a customer-centric basis, what we want to do is drill down further by asking other questions. And the number one question would be, given all the competitive alternatives in the marketplace today, why would somebody do business with me? And what we find is a lot of people give fluffy answers like, we give great service, we work hard. And we say, well, that's great, but that's what gets you on the short list. So when we look at prospecting, what we need to have is determine who buys from us, then create a message that's compelling to that person. Now, in order to create a compelling message, to get people to respond favorably to our prospecting, we want to answer 4 questions. Number 1, how do we lower the risk? In other words, how is doing business with us less risky? The second question then becomes, how are you going to make my life or work easier as a result of meeting you? How are you going to give me a lower total cost or a higher return on investment? And finally, how are you going to give me a competitive advantage in my marketplace?
Getting your foot in the door to meet a potential client is always a big challenge. Today, people are more open to be educated than listening to a sales pitch.
People don't want to give up long periods of their time. So what we want to do in marketing, for example, if we're looking to secure an appointment, is suggest that our company is not for everyone. We have a 15-minute presentation at the end of which you'll make a better decision on X, even if you never do business with us. Now, from a prospecting perspective, the benefit to you is you're going to be educated in 15 minutes. You're more likely to give me time than if I say, have I got a deal for you? Can I have 15 minutes? So if you understand marketing, what's the benefit the individual is going to get, whether we're setting an appointment or whether we're marketing a product?
Big Fish Video Productions.